Hello, and welcome to our driving home review for Lightyear, the Toy Story prequel, spin-off, adjacent?
Origin, technically.
Origin story, I guess, yeah. So, the preamble and the concept is, in 1995, Andy went and saw a movie about Buzz Lightyear that's kind of prompted him to want the toy. This is supposed to be that movie. There's a lot of conceit with that you have to sort of run with. Obviously, this is a computer-rendered animation with the 2022 standard of computer animation, not 1995, so you've got to kind of just leave that go. And then it goes from there. And obviously they've got Chris Evans with the voice of Buzz Lightyear, not Tim Allen. But he does a good job, I think. And I think actually it kind of works because you can then go with the whole thing of they got someone else to actually voice the toy. Someone
who wouldn't have cost as much
in
the comparative hierarchy.
Yeah, rather than sort of paying that person for merchandising rights or whatever. And the other thing to mention before we go into the actual film, which we will probably do spoilers for, is there was also, obviously, at the time, the spin-off cartoon that was kind of meant to be the cartoon which started the Buzz Lightyear craze. So I don't remember much about that cartoon. I don't even know if I've ever seen it. But I think you've got to also kind of largely ignore it. I don't think they go together from some of the things I've seen and heard and read. But I thought this was an absolute blast. I mean, we had dodgy soundtracks, so there was a lot of any quiet moments, there was crackling to hell. But to me, that kind of added something to it being 1995.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm in an old-fashioned cinema. It's not got as good a sound system.
It certainly didn't detract from the movie.
No. It's just a lot of fun. There's no massive surprises. It kind of goes exactly where you'd expect it to go.
It's a classic space film.
Yeah, classic space adventure with gang of dysfunctional cadets alongside him. Just close that up. I was probably making a hell of a racket. But Buzz Lightyear is not quite the buffoonery character he starts out at the start of Toy Story, but you can kind of see where it comes from, so you can see where that version of Buzz Lightyear taking life so incredibly seriously is rooted. But for me, the standout was Socks the cat.
Oh god, yes.
Socks the cat is absolutely brilliant. Not only have they nailed the kind of stereotypical robot kind of companion that goes with these kind of pieces, but they've also nailed him as a cat. There's a bit where he chases a laser dot around the floor. Oh my god, I thought I was going to squeal. It's just good fun. It's Pixar doing what Pixar absolutely do best, I think, which is a great little adventure story, good for all the family. There's lots of nods and sort of various aspects. I think they're
very nice character moments.
Brilliant character moments, relationships handled beautifully. If you're going to go and see it, 3 credit sequences. Make sure you've seen all 3 of them, because it would be very easy to leave after the second one due to the placing of them. The third one is quite literally the last bit of the film after all of the Disney and Pixar logos and everything. The only thing that doesn't quite, because the big reveal is that Zurg is only called Zurg because his robots can't pronounce Buzz, because he's a alternate timeline future Buzz Lightyear. It reminded me of Lost in Space in that regard.
Yeah.
Its timelines, its time travel story absolutely does not stand up to any kind of scrutiny. It's just there because that's the story they want to tell, and it also it kind of doesn't matter because it's just an adventure. But it absolutely goes against Toy Story 2's reveal of Zurg saying, "I am your father." However, that said, Zurg's got Zurg's head, but he hasn't got the classic Zurg in a cloak body yet. So they've got potential to develop that. And also, that's the toy of Zurg talking to the toy of Buzz, So maybe the toy genuinely thinks it is his father. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like it doesn't matter. But I was thinking, oh, they did that joke so brilliantly well, and then all of the end set pieces, the actual digital set is very much Cloud City. So there's a scene with Zurg and Buzz, and they are on exactly the same thing that Luke and Vader are on for the "I am your father" reveal. So I was a bit like, you've kind of gone out of your way to make it look like The Empire Strikes Back in a couple of different pieces, and yet they're not stuck to it. So maybe that's kind of an intentional rug pull. In which case, nice one, Pixar. But it's just gonna you're just gonna have a lot of fun. Just go in and take every moment for what it is. The characterization's hilarious with the say Buzz being quite the sort of like square-jawed stoic hero, and quite a nice riff on Captain America. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a bit of a dig at, not a dig, but a sly nod to Captain America at one point, where they were flying somewhere, and his first in command, once he got his gang of sort of rookie wannabe type people, it actually said "on your right," and of course the Captain America thing is on your left, which was quite, I thought was fun. Anyway, I've rattled on. What do you want to say about it?
You've pretty much covered everything.
I've covered everything. I've just talked for ages and said everything once more. But it's a great little film. Do go and see it. I'm guessing it's going to turn up on steaming fairly quickly, because a much larger tentpole movie like Doctor Strange has done 8 weeks? Not even 8 weeks, and that's now on streaming. That's on Disney Plus already. So I don't think it's going to be long before this is on Disney Plus. But it is probably quite a nice one to catch at the cinema if you can. But yeah, just go in, switch off, take it completely as it is, and you will have an absolute blast.